This is 90.3 The Rock, and my name is Benny Smith, and we appreciate you tuning in to us, and we also appreciate you watching us, because what you're about to hear is also going to be seen on UTTV The Rock Unplugged. Thanks to John for letting us break into his shift, and thanks to Brandon for helping us out back here on the switcher in advance. Again, though, what you're getting ready to hear is another great in-studio performance by the musician and his band that you just heard, Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors, from the CD Passenger Seat is the name of it. Fire and Dynamite Cut 4 from that CD is what you just heard. And again, you're checking it out live on 90.3 The Rock and UTTV The Rock Unplugged is where you can see this on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday nights at 9, channel 194, on the Comcast Digital Package, channel 65 here on campus. What we do is we take these recorded or live performances in studio, and we do the videotaping thing too. And then a little bit later, a month or so afterwards, you'll get to see it on UTTV The Rock Unplugged. Just keep an ear to the radio as to when that's going to specifically happen for this performance from Drew Holcomb and a couple of the Neighbors. Drew, buddy, welcome back to town, man.
Hey, man, good to see you
Come
again.
on up to that mic. I know you're not scared. Good to see you,
Good
man.
to see you, too. It's been a while.
Yes, it has, and we are very, very excited about you being back in town. Of course, a very big show tonight, full of holiday cheer and a lot more down at the Square Room. But before we go another step forward, why don't you go ahead and introduce those folks that are accompanying you today? A couple of neighbors. One of them you probably know a little better than the other, since you're
That's right, yeah.
wed too.
Yeah, our backing band is the Neighbors, but actually, chief neighbor, I should say, is my wife, Ellie, here.
Welcome, Ellie.
Yeah.
Great.
And then we brought our guitar player, Nathan, is here with us as well.
Absolutely. Nathan, glad to have you, and glad to have all three of you. And like I said, Drew, welcome back to a town that you had some fun in. And
That's right.
Kind of, I guess, did you really, of course, you went to school here early mid-90s, was it, I guess? When was
Actually,
that?
I came here in 2000, was here from 2000 to 2003.
Wow, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And we're I might as well go ahead and
I look older than I guess.
Oh, no. Well, you came from Memphis, I guess, first, and then came here to Knoxville for a while. We're am I right in saying a Peyton Manning scholar?
That's true.
All right. I might as well throw that in since my boy helped win the game again last night.
He did.
And,
He's wearing a Colts jersey for
I
everybody.
am, folks. For those keeping score at home, there you go. But again, kind of started in the music thing when you were here at UT back then?
Yeah, I actually started writing songs and playing out for the first time ever here in Knoxville, down in the old city and on Gay Street, and yeah, really kind of decided to go after doing music when I was a student here. So.
Was it just because you got tired of studying, or or was it something, most people get tired of studying, they go drink. Some people drink and play music. Some people just play music. Some people do a little of everything. But what really inspired you, I guess, to pick up that guitar? You come from a town that is full of music anyway, and then Memphis, and Knoxville is too, for that matter.
Yeah.
As we say around here, country music, born in Bristol, grew up in Knoxville, sold out in Nashville. But we'll go further past that. But what really made you pick up the guitar and say, I want to do what that guy's doing or that lady's doing on stage?
Well, I think when I was in college is when I really fell in love with music for the first time, especially kind of the singer-songwriter world. I got introduced to Ryan Adams and Patty Griffin, and really kind of delved into Johnny Cash for the first time. A lot of just the great songwriters where I was exposed to for the first time when I was here in Knoxville.
Right.
And that was kind of the first step of many that made me kind of decide to go and maybe pursue it. And
but then again, Al Green's got a church in Memphis, so I'm sure that's also, at an earlier age probably.
Yeah, I actually saw him when I was a student here. I went down to Austin with some college buddies for Austin City Limits Festival, and we saw Al Green. And the only way I can really describe his show was wonderfully strange.
Yeah,
It was an interesting show.
He's a very interesting guy off stage.
Really?
I remember that from my days with AC Entertainment and the accommodations, if you will, that we had to provide him when he played down on the World's Fair Park.
Oh, yeah.
You get him on stage, and it's pretty amazing, and it is what it is, and what it, just amazing stuff. But he's kind of a little quirky on stage, too. But I remember a few different things, like I said. But I'm going to tell you, if the guy's done all he's done, he's probably more power to him.
Oh, yeah. He can do what he wants.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. So you got up here to Knoxville in 2000, you said, right? Yep. And played around town. It's a little different in 2009 than it was in 2000.
Yeah.
I mean, the venues, it's just amazing. And we'll go ahead and we'll get this disclaimer out of the way. Ellie is the sister to Ben Bannister at the Square Room.
That's right.
Which is another venue, and Ben doing a lot of the booking, most of, if not all of it, down there. it's one of those venues that wasn't here when you started in 2000. Is it not amazing what Knoxville has gotten out to offer?
Oh, it's really, really great. I mean, I know for us, we always struggled to find the right room to play in that was kind of fit what we do on stage. And when the Square Room opened, about a year ago, all of a sudden it was like the light went on for us in Knoxville. And what had been a town that sometimes was a struggle for us, it kind of on and off has become a very consistent draw and very consistent play for us.
Very
cool. So we're thrilled to have the Square Room here.
Well, we're thrilled you're in town. Got the rest of the neighbors coming in town, I guess, later tonight.
They're all at the venue already getting ready.
All right, man. Already at the bar or already getting ready?
Probably both.
Probably record shopping.
I would say so, yeah. And so you've got the band in tow for a big show tonight at the Square Room. Doors, I guess, about 8 o'clock or so.
Yeah.
Anybody else on the bill, or is it just you guys?
Yeah, no, there's a guy, a friend of ours out of Nashville named Mark Sibilia, who just moved to Nashville from New York. Really, really talented singer-songwriter guy, a lot of soul. He'll be opening the show.
Very cool. A lot of that migration to Nashville happening from all around, and in Knoxville, in its own. Kat Brock, who was in Dixie Dirt years ago. Matt Ermey, who is down there now in East Nashville. We talked, a little off mic, and you down there as well now too. But we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about that East Nashville scene, because it's just amazing how, like we were talking, it's how organic of a scene and how un-Nashville-like of a scene, if you will, that it is there, and how it's really helped take Nashville to another place musically, I think, in a lot of ways. But before we go any further, you got the guitars in tune. You've got a lovely voice helping you out there as well.
Right.
Well, two. We'll go ahead and say Nathan, two. But why don't you give us a song, man?
All right. This is a brand new song. We just released an iTunes-only digital EP a few weeks ago. And this is the title track. It's called Live Forever.
Very cool. It's Drew Holcomb with Two of the Neighbors here on 90.3 The Rock, UT's College of Rock, and UTTV The Rock Unplugged. Let her go.
Laughter is the only thing that'll keep you sane. In this world that's dying more and more every day. Don't let evil get you down in this madness spinning round and round. I want you to live forever underneath the sky so blue. Some people say faith is a childish game. Play on children like it's Christmas Day. Sing me a song, sing me a melody. Sing out loud, you're a symphony. I want you to live forever underneath the sky so blue.
Great stuff. I'm a sucker for good harmonies, and I just got sucker punched. That is great, man. Drew Holcomb and two of the neighbors with him here live in studio on 90.3 The Rock and UTTV. The Rock Unplugged. Is that called Live Forever? Is there a working title for it? Very, very cool. Very cool, man. Great stuff. Just absolutely great stuff. And again, they're playing tonight with the full band. What you're hearing now is a bit of a stripped down deal. Playing tonight with the full band at the Square Room on Market Square. Doors open about 8 o'clock. Who was it again? I'm sorry, that's opening up there, Drew?
Mark Sibilia.
Mark Sibilia going to be opening up. And it's going to be a cool mix of holiday and non-holiday tunes, right?
That's right.
Drew, have you ever done a holiday show? Is this something you kind of do every year? Is it your first time? Step on up here a little bit.
Well, we a couple of years ago, we kind of started messing around with some Christmas songs just in rehearsals. And we kind of liked what we came up with, so we decided to go in the studio and cut them. And we liked it so much that we put it out. And it's kind of snowballed into this. The first year we did a little Christmas tour, just about 3 or 4 markets. And it went so well that we decided to expand it. And this is now the 3rd year. And this is our 11th show out of 14. And so we do about 60% of our regular original set. And then we'll kind of do about a handful of Christmas tunes there as well.
Very cool stuff. Very cool. That's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Tomorrow night, Christabel and the Johns kind of do their holiday show down there. So Square Room having a holiday weekend down there.
That's
and
right.
Rightfully so. It is the holidays. So you're going to have product down there for sale, I'm sure.
Yeah,
your CDs and whatnot. Of course, passenger seat right here, the latest one, I guess you would say. But you said again, and don't forget, please tell folks they can go online and get some new stuff, right?
Yeah. Like I said, we just put an EP out. It's only on iTunes. If you search Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors or just Drew Holcomb, it'll come up. And we were real thrilled about that. It came out at number 2 on the singer-songwriter chart.
All right.
Which was kind of a fun thing for us.
Absolutely.
Good company in there. So that's on there, and all our records are on iTunes as well. So.
Very cool. Of course, like I said, in 2000, 2003 or so, you were here at UT studying, and then you did one of those study abroad programs. Is that right? Went over to Edinburgh and Scotland,
I went to
and
Scotland.
was a great influence. Tell us about that. That had to be cool.
It was really cool. I mean, I'm a pretty social guy, so when I was in Knoxville, I didn't take a lot of time writing songs. But then once I went to Scotland, I was kind of forced to because didn't know anybody. So I literally every night would just play guitar for 2 or 3 hours and wrote piles of songs. And coming back from that is when I really started kind of toying with the idea of doing this for a living. And here we are 7 years later.
What was the reception over there? I mean, did you ever get out and really play in front of folks over there at all?
No, I played for friends and some of the people that I met, but I spent a lot of time going to the folk clubs, and I went and saw a lot of regular national touring acts over there. I saw Beck, and I saw Dave Brubeck, and I saw Lucinda Williams, and a lot of great artists while I was over there.
Played for pints maybe from time to time.
That's right, absolutely.
It's got to be a little bit different. Is it a little different seeing a concert of that magnitude in Europe than it is in America? I mean, do the fans, like a Lucinda Williams or a Beck? I bet that was a cool experience, wasn't it?
It was the Beck tour where he had just done Sea Change. It was that really low-key, almost kind of like a songwriter album for him.
Right.
And so the show was just him on an acoustic guitar and a drum machine.
No vacuum cleaner this time.
Yeah, no vacuum cleaner. That's right. But he was incredible.